welcome to Larisa Lili Temperance. Today we're doing the twin energy check-in. I don't know why I'm always like, when I open these videos, it's just always so oof, but so it's just because I usually tap into the energy so quickly. Once I turn these videos, it's always like a sync. I don't know how to explain it. But anyways, I want to get into, it's going to be a bit of a read today because there are plenty of channel messages I have here, masculines and feminines who are watching, of just things that I picked up. And I think for those of you who've been watching my reads, I've been having dreams, pretty consistent the day before I have to record these reads. So I want to first get into the dream I had last night. And it was a very vivid dream, very interesting dream, but it was definitely my masculine was there. So I'm not going to get into the entire dream because there's a piece that I think it's important, which is here on my notes, which is the first thing that I want to say, which is take leap and get out of their comfort zone. So masculines, and I think this is also for both the twins because it was really me. And so it was like if I was in this other, it was like another country but in a beach. And I'm sorry if you guys hear that noise. Hopefully, seems like it went away. But it was like we were in a beach, and there was something about these beaches. It was a bunch of people that I was gathered around, and obviously I knew these people. And then there was just like individually, we just all had our own individual gifts. And then it also felt like it was a barbecue. So there was a part in the space where we were, and the sand and the barbecue, where it was like squared out, and it was literally like the 1111 card or the Four of Wands card, where there were the two, but they were tiki. Those things where they burn the flames. So there were two on each side where it was a burning flame. And honestly, it was like if that meant union. And I wasn't really interacting with my masculine, but he was watching, and he was just watching. And so then it went to another scene where it was me and another woman, and there was so this is the interesting part. There was this, it was like it really looked like a plant that had like a hole. It looked like a straw, basically. So a plant that looked like a straw, and then each of us had one. And then what this plant did was, all you had to do was bounce on the sand, and then you would shoot up to the sky, and then in the ocean you would actually, wherever you landed, it's like you were able to go anywhere, like in the sky, and then all you had to know your direction, and you would land in the water, right? You obviously didn't want to go too far, or at least that's how I felt. And so this woman did it, and I saw her take her leap up to the sky, and she rose so high to the sky, and she kept doing it. She would fall in the ocean and then would do it again and fall up to the sky. And I just kept thinking, as I was looking at her do this, I said, oh my God, I can't do that. Like I am so afraid of heights. Like that's my fear. And so I'm like, I don't see myself doing that. And so when she came back, I'm like, I was like, how does it feel up there? Well, she was like, it's really quiet and peaceful. She was like, it's really quiet and peaceful. I was like, but how do you know where to fall? And she said, just if you can't see where to fall, just land on the bridge, which there was like a bridge in the distance. And I found that so interesting when she said land on the bridge, because the bridge is where you can, and I feel like this was like the message. One is to take a leap, right? So masculines, or just the twins in general, I feel, but masculines definitely are in a space where they want to take this leap but fear taking the leap. And so the message of landing on the bridge is for you to land in the middle of the bridge so you can see the angles of your life and I really felt like your past and your future, or, you know, your past, present, future, right? So the bridge, wherever you landed, was your present moment. And so you had to find your direction of where you needed to go next to take that next jump and leap. And so I just found that that particular part of the dream so important for this message today. So I really do feel that there's comfort zones being challenged right now. And so the masculines, we're all being asked, one, to take a leap of faith. And this is requiring a lot of trust and discernment also from our parts. But it's most challenging for the masculines. So I'm just going to read my notes now. Thank you guys for always having the patience with me. I know I don't have the most views for these twin flames, but I really do want to say that the purpose of my twin flames and why they're so different from all of my other readings and my zodiac readings is because the purpose of this video is really for the growth of the connection of yourself, and then the growth of self most importantly. So you are first your twin soul, right? You are first your twin, and you're also first your own soulmate. So I do believe that. And so these connections can be challenging, but they require growth on an individual basis. So it's the reason why my twin flame readings are very just more about the growth than you going to be with your person or this or that. You can get the energies of your person. If you follow my zodiac sign reads, you might feel your person more on those reads if we're obviously in the same frequency. So obviously that always matters, you know, and so it always matters on the collective that I'm picking up, and it always matters in what frequency you're in. That's why when you go to different readers, sometimes they all serve a different purpose, and there are a lot of great readers, but they all serve a different purpose for the season you're in your connection. And so it's just one of those things, right? So if you're in this frequency that I'm in, then it's going to serve a purpose for you in this season. So thank you for watching, for those who do take the time out to watch my videos. Now, the next thing I'm just going to read down basically what I had, and then I'm going to give messages to you feminines today as well. So I also wrote down so much healing taking place, and I do feel that there's a lot of healing taking place right now for the masculines. Emotions are being challenged and bringing some of them to their knees, and I do feel a lot of emotions being challenged right now, and I do feel a lot of masculines may be suffering where it actually, you know, is putting them in a space of crying, finally crying, for those masculines who were told you can't cry, you can't do this, you can't, it's not, you know, you need to be strong all the time. And remember, gender aside, but they're actually allowing the healing taking place through their emotions, through tears. And I really felt that. So they are praying for answers. Healing is starting to feel like a part of their life. And I feel that finally they're finding normalization in the space of healing, and finally embracing what it's doing to them, because they're seeing the long-term effects of it after so much hermit that they've had since the fall. And obviously you guys know this energetically takes time to feel. It's a trial and error, it's a cycle, so it takes time to feel. Releasing all toxic connections. The past feels like a pain and no longer want to associate themselves with it. So this I found so interesting, because I feel like the masculines are in a space where now their past, even like doing things that they normally would do in a day-to-day, or just even thinking about thoughts of the past, it now they associate pain with it, and it's almost like they don't want any part of it. And I think that's a great shift that's also happening with them. So they don't want to associate, so also releasing a lot of connections. And so that means anything that associates with the past is now being shedded as well. And they're being more firm about that transition. And so the next thing I felt was forgiveness with the feminine energy, recognizing their own self. So forgiveness within the let's first talk about this. Forgiveness with the feminine energy. Obviously, they want forgiveness for the feminine, but also forgiveness within their own feminine energy. So they're recognizing their own self-sabotaging behaviors, which is their own neglect in terms of their emotions, which made them repeat certain patterns in their life only out of habit, and then and avoiding to be in a conscious place of these behaviors. So this is recognizing that sabotaging distorted feminine within themselves, respect for the feminine in this time. And so this is where the distance comes in, feminines, where they have to keep their distance, right? Because this is a respect towards the feminine, right? As they come to their feminine energy, heal more of their feminine energy, now they feel more of the feminine. And so there is more of a respect towards the feminine. So distance from the feminine because they don't want to cause more pain than they have. And that's why the distance is also required here, because they don't want to cause any more pain. Cycles of stagnation, I do feel this too, because the stagnation is needed, because it's a processing. So when they and then they get stuck in their own emotions. So some of the masculines are definitely getting stuck in some of the emotions, and I actually feel for both of the masculines and the feminines here. So there's some stagnation happening within the twins, where we're sitting too long in the processing of specific emotions, or things that need to be, or things that are being brought up. So that can cause some level of stagnation. So there's just a need to be conscious of what those are. And then they also, masculines want you to know you made them realize they want to do things better, which is pretty much everything that I'm speaking about. So it's why they are working on themselves. So there's a lot of appreciation here of them wanting to do things better. Obviously, this requires them to take courage, right? To take that leap, which is that dream I had. So that shooting, I mean, even for myself, where I was like, oh my God, I can't, I'm scared of the heights, I don't like it. There's a lot of coming out of your comfort zone and just taking that leap. So courage is really required here. Strength card, I feel, is very important. The courage, the strength card here. And not only the strength card, but I also feel like the sun card here, where there's a lot of illumination. And then of course the Four of Wands, because I saw, what I saw in my dream. So focus, feminines. Now for you feminines, just really straightforward. We'll get into some messages at the end for you feminines. But feminines, focus and discernment is very important to you. So making sure where you know where you're putting your focus in, and then discerning of where you're putting that focus in. 14 and 1 is important. And I think I pulled, I think a few weeks, whether last week, I have it here. What am I talking about? So it was the week before. Oh no, it was the reading of 3/28. So end of March. 414 was an important number, and what that was support from your guides. Use your creative energy and do something good with it, and that was part of the path. So knowing how to transmute your energize. So I really feel alchemizing your energy and transmuting things for shifts in your life. And then 1 is the initiation. 1 is beginning. So this is focusing on taking initiation, also strength card as well, self-courage. Stabilizing and initiatives to change is required. So because it's 414, a lot of 4 has been an important number in all my reads. So I feel stabilizing and initiatives are for change is required right now. And then discern your surroundings and be conscious of resistance. So again, for me, that resistance is some of that stagnation that I feel that's mutual between the connection as well. So that's that. We're gonna now get into the tarot. So let's see now, what spirit, give me the major arcana shift here for the masculines, please. Give me the major arcana shift for the masculines right now. What is the major arcana shift for the masculines? Abundance. So this is the feminine energy here. So this is the Empress, number 3. You know, when I was saying one of the cards, I saw 1333, and I was going to mention it and didn't mention it. So creativity and abundance. Dear one, you're being called to action. You're ready to accomplish great things and are truly into fullness of who you are. It's time for creativity, giving birth to beloved projects, or becoming a parent. Follow your passion so that abundance and prosperity manifest for you. And I really feel this is getting out of the comfort zone, right? So you're getting called to action to finally come into the fullness of who you are and authenticity. Oh wait, one more flipped. Okay, so we also have dear God, the Death card here, letting go. And so releasing the past can seem like a challenge, but it can also be liberating. Your angels will help you let go so that you can fly higher than ever before. Wow. So you see how that dream where I said it was taking that leap, and it really required for you to fly so high, and the height really had me so scared. And so basically it's such a clear message that was part of letting go. So letting go of the fears, letting go of the resistance. And so the angels are saying your angels will help you let go so that you can fly higher than ever before. Endings are always herald new beginnings. Choose to allow this situation to lead you to more joyful life. Change your life by changing your thoughts. And this is definitely right, that dream where I'm saying I had to really that would have required a lot out of me to take that leap and just not ignoring, obviously it's my dream, so there was no way I was going to get hurt. I was going to land somewhere. I was going to land in water, actually. And so I was afraid that I wasn't going to find the water to land in the water, but it was all water. So there was no way I would not have landed in water. And then been able to rise back and float back up and swim. So I think that's beautiful energy here with the Empress, right? So letting go and then just it's time to action. So it's basically take that leap and take action right now is what Spirit is saying. Spirit. So what else do we have for the the masculines? What else the masculines want us to know? Pay attention to the red flags. What else for the masculines? Okay, one more. Unrequited love. Wow. So I really feel this. So here we are. The signs are cautioning you. I do feel they're picking up their own signs of, again, their feminine, their lack of feminine energy. Unrequited love here. And so I feel this is that message, that channel message of them in that state of regret, that state of crying, letting go, knowing that it's time for them to finally allow them to shed those tears, that it's okay to shed those tears where they did neglect their feminine energy. And here we have harmonize, which is to me my Six of Swords, where it's to really balance things out and take responsibility at this point to really smooth out the waters, right? Smooth out the waters in your life. And again, here we have the ocean. So you're gonna land, whatever it is, you're gonna float. And I feel this goes with that dream. You're gonna, wherever you land, you will float. And of course we have separation here. So the separation is obviously serving a purpose, because in this time there's a lot being released and challenged, I really feel. All right, so I'm going to pull a spiritual journey oracle real quick for the masculine spirit. So what is the spiritual journey here? Give me more on the spiritual journey of oracle. Give me another message for the masculines. Major life changes ahead. I'm telling you. Change is constant and an opportunity for expansion. Regardless of its shape, consider change a gift for your soul's evolution. And that is exactly what the Empress is. Number three is about advancement. It's about birthing, and it's about expansion. So there's so much that needs to be released, because major life changes are taking place right now, which will require some leaps that are going to be a little scary right now for the twins as well. And I do feel the masculine. So regardless of its shape, consider change a gift for your soul's evolution. Wow, and bottom of the deck is liberation. I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay, I had an interruption. I wasn't sure it would have interrupted the mic, and I was afraid that it would have never came back on. Okay, so here, liberation on the bottom, we have break the chains of addiction, restrictions, or other impediments. It begins with freedom of choice. And I really feel it's that stagnation between the two twins. So obviously this required for the leaps and jumps and hoops to break away from the fears. So there's just a lot. I'm going to put this on the side here. That has to be dealt with, but you know, the pain, the signs are showing them. I feel like with the pay attention to the red flags and the unrequited love is where it's the limitations placed, right, due to our fears and our heart space being closed. And so it has to do a lot with that, right? Because when our heart space is closed, then it doesn't allow for this level of liberation and confidence where you get to live life more fearlessly. And that's why I said it begins with freedom of choice, and we have to make that choice to liberate ourselves first in the mind. So Spirit, give me more on these masculines. What else the masculines? More of the energy. So the masculines right now. Oof. All right. There goes that pause, because that's that silence. All right, so I think this is exactly right. Metamorphosis. The answer is yes, surrender. And I do feel this is a surrendering time, right? It's asking us to allow the change, major changes to ahead, allow the change to take place. This is all allowing us to ascend. And here we have free will, which is, again, I love that. You see the open arms here of these two cards. It's a free, like, liberating ourselves, right, from the limitations. And so this is the practicing of our free will in so many ways, because there's the free will of the ego, but also the understanding the free will of the soul. And so this ascending, this mental ascension that's happening within, of freeing yourself and letting the past go. And then here we are again with a boat and water. And so to me, this is such, it's literally like my dream, where you're gonna land wherever you are, you're gonna float, you're gonna ascend, and it's all gonna be, it's all gonna be fine. In all honesty, that's what I say. So here we have the mute and the pause, and that's just the connection in a pause right now. Look at divine feminine right there in the bottom, and there's just a silence within the feminine energy right now, and what I'm saying, within their emotions, because there's a lot being resurfaced, right? We have regret, of course, right? Because this is obviously an energy the masculines have been in for some time, but the refocus here is for union, the refocus of also union to self, and what this change means for the masculines. But I also feel mutually for the twins in general, because it just requires, this time apart is an ascension. There's like so much being cleared. There's a liberation happening between the twins now, and it's almost also like an exhaustion of, it's just time to surrender, just let go and let be, no more like limitations in the mind. Just it does feel like an exhaustion. So okay, Spirit, what else, what other energies for the masculines? Energies for the masculines. Yeah, so there's that, choose wisely. And again, the water. I mean, I really feel this is the bridge. So it's like in my dream, it's like that was the bridge. You land on a bridge, and then you saw all the directions of your life. And this is a number 7, so this is the spiritual journey and trusting the insight that has been given to you during this hermit time, masculines, also feminines too, and knowing which direction to fly towards, which direction, like you're gonna, and then you see how the birds are flying to the light, and there is one directing you, but there's different directions on where to go, and they all have different paths, but here you are sitting and trying to decide which path to go and trapped in fear. Yeah, because again, was I scared to take that leap? I was like, well, how do I didn't even know if I was going to land on the bridge to begin with either, because I was so scared of the jump I needed to make. And so there are some limitations here with being trapped, you know, but again, here we have metamorphosis, stage transformation, the butterfly effect here happening, because this is to bring about the change, the major changes in our life. And in order for us to have this shift, then we have to really make these decisions. And one, use it with discernment, because feminines, what I say, also discernment is necessary here. But masculines are in a space of having to make lots of choices at this moment. The fear does have them with some stagnation. But there's so much processing, I feel, because this is, again, there are options. So they do see a way out with the choose wisely. Before they didn't. Before it was really stuck energy. And so with this death energy transformation, it means that's it. There's only you gotta fly, right? Now, you know, you're gonna become this butterfly, and it's time for you to set yourself free. This liberation, like break the chains of addiction, restriction, or other impediments. It begins with freedom of choice, and that's why choose wisely is here. Freedom. Recognizing the freedom of their choice and getting out of this stuck energy, you know, that they've been in. Here we have the one. Remember I said feminines, for you, it was the one, but they also have to take initiatives, right, within the soul. And this is passion ignited, Ace of Wands. And initiatives are being fueled, right? It's like a burning desire for change. And it really is shaping their ascension process, like in what direction they're going to decide to go. That burning desire and that burning flame is giving direction. Okay, so what else, Spirit? What else do we have here? Masculines. What else for the masculines? So, yep, 10 of Wands, Ace of Swords, clarity of what needs to be dropped, the burdens, right? Heavy burdens, breakthrough and awareness. So the breakthrough to dropping, the final release. There's a lot of death energy, right? So we have death energy twice here, metamorphosis. This is final release. And with the Empress energy, it's because it's time to flourish, it's time to break free, and it's time to take action. Truly, this is really like a breakthrough, right? Liberation. There's so much about freedom and releasing. We have here Queen of Swords and Queen of Pentacles. And I love that we have the two feminine energies here, because this is them tapping into their feminine energy, sharp and assertiveness and nurturing. And so this energy, masculines, within this provides a balance within your masculine feminine energy, because it allows for your Queen of Swords energy in a feminine, you know, logical way, but also a nurturing, the feminine energy in a nurturing aspect, where you're able to make your decisions in ways that are you're comfortable with as well. And now you see value in the feminine energy, and also making decisions operating out of your feminine energy, all leading to, wow, look at this. That's what I'm saying. 10 of Pentacles and the Sun. Remember I said I was feeling the Strength card here and the Sun, and here's the Sun. So 10 of Pentacles, ultimate achievement, illumination, and growth, because this is for the ultimate achievement of growth. And you know, here 10 of Pentacles, look at the whale jumping out. So it's again the water and that leap in my dream. where it doesn't matter, you're going to land, and you're going to land in water, and it's still ultimate achievement. And even when you were in my dream, when it was taking that leap, you can see the sun, right? It's like it was the closest leap to the sun, and it's just allowing for all the growth to take place. But it's going to require, obviously, you changing your mind and really releasing yourself from the limitations, recognizing again that free will and surrendering your energy. So we're going to pull some blockages, and then we're going to get into it for a message for the masculines and then you feminine spirit. So what are the blockages for the masculines right now? What are the blockages? Star child, your home is in the stars, and this is recognizing your power, recognizing where you come from. You know, I really just feel that this is just awakening, right? Ascending and awakening to your power, yourself, your soul's journey, your home, which is your journey. Okay, so Spirit, what is the guidance for the masculines right now? What is the guidance for the masculines? What is the guidance for the masculines? Acceptance. I love it because this is like the surrender card here, I feel, as well. So acceptance. This situation is out of your control. Let go of what you cannot change and accept what is. No need to worry. Allow the universe to take the wheel. And again, look at the photos, guys. Like, look at her hands up. Like, there's a lot of needing, letting go, releasing, finding liberation and freedom. You know, and that is through the shift of your mind and knowing what you can't change. You know, you have to letting go of what you cannot change and accepting what is. So, all right, feminines, we're just going to move to you, and then you guys know I love this deck. So this gives, I'm going to read the book because I feel like this gives the best energy for the feminines and the best messages for the feminines. So remember, feminines, for you was discernment and focus. So you guys need to focus on your discernment and just get yourself more focused. So let's see what message and guidance. We're just going to focus on guidances for you because this is just about growth for the feminines. I feel really, just feel you guys in a good place. All right, Spirit, what is the guidance for the feminines? What guidance can you give me for the feminines? Cards are so big for my hands. No. There we go. All right. Love it. We've got the universe, 31, which is a 4. Remember I said 14, 1, and 4 is a big number. Universe, we're all just stardust. And just recognizing your wholeness with the universe right now, knowing that we all are stardust and we all are starting with the same foundation, you know, the same universe. We're all in the same place. So let's see what message guidance we are going to get today for you, feminine spirit. What else do we have for the message and guidance for the feminines? I'm not taking 3. I only want 1, Spirit. Be clear and concise, please. Okay, there we go. Wow, you see? 44. And we got this the last time I used this deck, feminines. So we're going to read it again because apparently it's very important. This is the Earth Goddess. And I feel this is also, you know, good for the masculines because here they have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is Earth energy coming through. 44. All right, so let me read the earth guidance, the guidance. You have a beautiful dream. You have beautiful dreams and wonderful visions of what life could be. It is not enough to imagine them. You want to live them. This is exactly how you are meant to feel. For that to happen, you must practice feeling grounded, taking practical earthly steps, one at a time, to bring your dreams to life. The universe will send so much help your way, but you are the one who must take the steps. And I love that it says the universe, and here they gave us the universe, recognizing that the universe is here to help. Spirit cannot do that for you. Even if you are not sure how your biggest, boldest dreams can come together, you can still ask yourself, what is it that I can do now? Sometimes it will be an obvious action that you can take, and sometimes it will need to you will need to pray and meditate and ask for the way forward to be shown. When you can do something, do it. When you cannot, rest and wait for your intuition to nudge you when the time is right to take action. Remember, you are an earth goddess. You have the power to manifest your visions, to bring your beautiful ideas to life in the world. This is what you are here to do. Remember to love yourself enough to recognize your creative power and use it joyfully each day. And this is the same message. Remember when I mentioned that day I told you I had the 414, which was, if you guys go to the reading I did on March 28th, I believe it is, this was the same card that came up. This was the same message, and it was about your focus and where you need to put your energy to right now, feminines, where it's about really changing things, taking initiatives and stabilizing earth energy, grounding. So this is a beautiful read, my feminines. Thank you for stopping by here at Larisa Lili Temperance. I hope this helped. I think, masculines right now, major changes requires leaps, but there is, I feel, the mental conflict here that will slow down the progress if they don't release some of that pressure within their mind. But I do feel the energies here, and I really do feel it's an in and out for them. So masculines do come in and out from it. I love that we have the Empress here, because we've been having so much Hermit and High Priestess come up for so long that it was more stagnant. But here they are with the Empress, which will require them to take action. And there are actions that are breakthroughs, right? Ace of Wands here, breakthroughs that are happening, and awareness. So much is being illuminated. So feminines and masculines, I love you. Thank you for stopping by here, Larisa Lili Temperance. Please like, share, subscribe, click that bell button if you enjoy my frequency. But with that said, live always relentlessly in striving aspiration. This is the evolution of your soul, and I'm here to nurture you until next message. Bye.